What's going on, everybody? It's David from the 80s, that you're now entering the cinema chop shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. You click it, you become a member. All you got to do is try. You can recommend movies, music, and trailers for me to react to. Now, with that being said, we are here today with episode 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, this episode was a little bit slower, but at the same time, it is basically world building. And I think this show has about 6 episodes, so they need to act fast. The real thing that I liked about this episode was one, we finally get the team of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Excuse me. And we finally having them collaborate on a mission, trying to find out who these flag smashers are, right? And then but in the process, we find out a little bit more about everything around them, right? So you have John Walker, who's the guy who took up the mantle of Captain America. My man looks very dorky. He looks like the old man from Us, but with a Captain America mask on. Me personally, I don't understand how he is able to wield the shield and throw it unless he is like kind of souped up a little bit. So I don't know if they gave him a little bit of the super soldier serum. It's kind of, it's up in the air, bro. It's up in the air. I'm not really sure how he's able to do some of the things that he's able to do. I know he's not able to do it off of sheer willpower. Now we also have his sidekick, who is Lamar Hodgkins, who's also known as, I think, Battlestar. Yeah, Battlestar. So Battlestar is basically another one of these no-name patriotic Marvel superhero characters that we're introduced to. I think it's cool that they're introducing us to more characters that we've never heard of. Because me personally, I didn't know who the hell Battlestar was, bro. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Didn't know who he was. Looked it up. Felt like, all right, the fact that he dropped a nickname, it must mean that he's somebody. So yeah, it turned out that he is somebody. And yes, Lord and behold, he's some dude from the Marvel cinematic, not cinematic, but from the Marvel universe. He's from the comics. My man wears a dorky costume, little red, white, and blue, with a little star on the chest, with a little popped up collar, looking very pimpish. But then we also are introduced to, well, John Walker and him are partners, and basically they are parading these people around the city as like the true patriots. So John Walker took up the mantle of Captain America at the end of episode 1. He took up the shield, and his sidekick is now Lamar Hodgkins, who's basically like his right hand man. He is basically his Bucky, right? And it's really, to me, it's just all meat. I thought it was like all media blitz. Like I thought it was just all media stuff, but to find out that these dudes are really out there busting missions, it's kind of crazy when they popped up and helped out the Winter Soldier and Falcon on their mission to fight the super soldiers. And my man pulled out a piece and just shot one of the dudes. That was pretty epic. I didn't expect that to happen. But like I said, I'm really surprised that he's able to wield the shield the way that he does. It's really interesting. So we're also introduced to a character by the name of Isaiah Bradley. Isaiah Bradley is another character who I felt like probably was somebody. I've never heard of this guy, but it turns out my man's basically Captain America with a do-rag, right? So turns out back in the day, him and the Winter Soldier, I guess in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they got down and my man ripped off the Winter Soldier's arm. I don't know if this happened in the comic books. So if you guys are out there that are comic book buffs and know a lot about comic books, go ahead and let me know down below if this happened in the comic books. But yeah, my man got down with Bucky, ripped his arm off, and yeah, he was one of the only people to survive the onslaught. So in the episode, like I said, they're trying to find out more information about these flag smashers, and Bucky goes on his mission with Falcon, and he's trying to figure out about it. They run into these super soldiers, like 6 of them, and yeah, bro, they basically put a beating on them until John Walker and Battlestar came and helped them out. So they didn't do much because they ended up losing the fight any damn way. So there's that. And then it's weird because even the Flag Smasher characters, we learned that they are on some other bad people's bad side. So we need to figure out, I guess, we'll eventually get to the elaboration point where we figure out why these characters are hated so much. There was a really small theme in the episode where I've been noticing there is a bit of a tone of racial injustice sprinkled in this episode. We have the police officers harassing Falcon, and it turns out, like, they're, who is this guy? Is this guy bothering you? and telling that to Bucky, thinking that the black man is harassing the white guy, very cliche stuff. Was this needed in the episode? Not really. It didn't do anything for the episode. It didn't do anything, period. So I kind of, me personally, like I said, if things aren't adding to the character or they're not adding to the story, I feel like they don't really belong there. Doing things just to do it because they think it's socially cool, it's not right in my book. I think that everything should be done. Everything done should have a purpose, and if it doesn't serve a purpose, it shouldn't be done. That's plain and simple. So I thought it was cool learning about Isaiah Bradley, who they went to go visit and try to learn more about the super serum from. But he didn't want to give up the information. They upset him. My man threw something through the wall, and they were like, "All right, we out." And basically, most of the episode is like basically trying to connect the dots and trying to find out who did what, right? The episode ends with them basically going to find Zemo and try to, I guess, get some information out of him, right? So we have some super soldiers running around. We have Falcon and the Winter Soldier hot on their trail. We had a very awkward scene that was very comedic with these two in a therapy session. I thought it was pretty funny. I really enjoy the banter between Winter Soldier and Falcon. It's a very good. It feels very really. It feels authentic. The whole good cop, bad cop, not good cop, bad cop, but like buddy cop, like that whole buddy cop banter. It works for them. Like that idea goes for them, and then they also have a good motive because they both were Captain America's friends, and they both want that man. Well, one wants the mantle, and the other one kind of just doesn't want that kind of attention. But that's neither here nor there. But overall, episode was okay. Not as great and action packed as the first episode. Like I've mentioned before, the fight choreography in the first episode to me was a bit troublesome, and then it got worse because that fight choreography on the back on those two diesel trucks, that could have been really dope, but the way that it ended up panning out just didn't work for me. It looked very, very lousy. The timing of the hits were off, and it just really looked bad. It looked very sloppy. I felt like they could have touched that up a lot. That didn't do it for me. This episode was kind of like meh. I mean, I guess it's building up or something. So next episode needs to come with that fire. That's just my opinion. So that's my review of episode 2. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree, whatever the case may be. That was Star Spangled Man. That was the name of the episode, by the way. So let me know if you agree, disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Adios.